the administrator. And the members of this audience, alumnus, students, staff, who have consented to attend this meeting and undergo the boredom of my speech. Thank you for all. Thank you all for that. It was in the 5th year of independence of India when a last batch of matriculates passed away from University of Calcutta with a matriculation certificate issued by University of Calcutta. That was 1951, 5th year of independence of India. Next year in 52, matriculation became stopped. It became school final, and the Board of Secondary Education gave the certificate of that. With that certificate of my last matriculation batch and the last batch of matriculation certificates, I got my certificate, got my mark sheet, and jumped up the grand staircase of Presidency College with an application form in my hand with the mark sheet enclosed there too. In those days, there's no hustle about admission. The applicants deposit their mark sheet and fill up the format of the application, and they will be communicated the result in due course. Namely, we're admitted, or sorry, we regret. So, in those days, every student used to make application before at more than one. So in case the first one will not taken, fortunately for me, I got a letter of acceptance of Presidency College very soon, and happily took 12 rupees from my father and deposited in the treasury, in the cashier room, and enrolled myself in the intermediate arts in the year 1951. That was the beginning of the most happy period of my life. In those days, it was 4 years course. Intermediate arts or science, 2 years, and thereafter graduation, BA or BSc, another 2 years. But it was exposure to Presidency College and its ambience was the greatest education that one could receive. Apart from the fact that we had the most eminent team of teachers. But ambience, environment was a part of our education. The first incident I remember was in the year 1952. Then Presidency College was celebrating its first centenary after taking into consideration the period of tenure of Hindu College. And the first president of India, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, was a student of Hindu College. He was invited and happily came. And how he came? In 1952, in an open American car, DeSoto or something, flanked by the then Chief Minister, Dr. B.C. Raj, on one side, and the Kashu, the governor of West Bengal, on the other side, escorted, or rather heralded, by only one motorbike driver, which is a policeman. A police escort of one person or two persons at maximum with a billion passenger demand, who was escorting his car. With the second year, a team of volunteers, my job was to open the door knob of the door and then receive in the background, making room for the principal and senior professors of the college to greet and welcome Dr. Rajendra Prasad, President. I performed my role and door was opened. The team, Rajendra Prasad and others came in, Dr. Vishida came in, and they were taken to the podium. That was a bigger laboratory hall. At that time, we didn't have this Girosia hall at all. It was a bigger laboratory hall, it was in a panel, and there is a podium. They sat down on the podium. Dr. P.C. Roy also went and sat in the podium. I think he fixed the mic of some speaker. Then somebody whispered something into his ear, which I later on came to know was this. Yes, sir, Mr. Roy, you are not a student of this is the college. Therefore, please, you can go down and sit in the auditorium and not on the podium. He didn't get ready in the place. He didn't have no idea or nothing. The Chief Minister, all part of Chief Minister of West Bengal, Dr. B.C. Roy, he calmly, quietly descended by the stairs and took a seat in the front row. That was in the 6th year of independence of India. The Chief Minister of the state was being asked to get off the stage podium and take his seat with other ordinary or general public without any drama, without any anger.
Thank you.
I also remember another incident. In that second year, Dr. Bhopatosh Datta, the professor, came and joined our college. And he said the election of the college union will be according to the preferential voting system, which was just introduced for election of president under the Constitution of India. Hardly anybody knew that election procedure. Professor Datta called us meeting. He so lucidly explained what is the preferential voting system. If you want to succeed, you try to get the second preferential vote of in the ballot paper of that candidate, whom you think you will get the lowest number of votes and be eliminated in the first round. Then your second preference become as good as first preference. Or you get first enemy. That was the first time, I believe, in any college in India, college union election was held as per preferential voting system, which was followed in case of President of India. I don't know the present system of voting of college union. Are you still following that or default some other system? I do not know. But just think of it. Business college was ahead of all other colleges in India in that very important matter of election of union members of the union college union. Our college was ahead of the other colleges. Another incident in this connection comes to my mind just now. In that we were in second year then. In the IA results of that year, the first 10 students in the IA final examinations, first boy to 10th boy, were all from Presidency College. First, second, third, fourth, up to 10th. So, we went to, I was a party to it, went to our then principal, Professor J.C. Sengupta. His daughter, Yashodhara, was also studying as a student at that time. So we deemed this doctor as Professor Shah, Principal Shah. We have done such a unique result. I think may you celebrate by you declare half a day holiday tomorrow. Half a day holiday from tomorrow.
No, no, niche film.
He silenced us, Professor Sengupta silenced us by one sentence. I was thinking so, but what can I do? This one student from Business College has got second division. Just imagine. All students of Business College got first division, only one got second division. And that, according to him, was not up to the standard of Business College. We were silenced. We accepted. That was the standard of Business College in the fifth or sixth year of independence of India.
Rishta Ramakrishna.
Many more things
Graduation,
happened.
Belur Vidya
And
Mandir.
we are very happy that things are developing. We are learning what rapport with the teachers, professors, but like family members. We didn't have a common room, so to say. I had a common room, but deficiency was there. So to make up the deficiency of the common room, we made in the coffee house our second common room, or the extension of coffee room. We students used to go there, and the Lebanese staff of coffee house, happily accepted us, and our orders, which are mainly, if there are 6, we should order 3 cups of coffee and 3 glasses of water. Coffee was costing 4 annas per cup in those days, expensive. And those Lebanese staff happily would serve that. And we students had a precious soft corner in the mind of this staff and everybody in coffee house. We didn't have 0 hall at that time. But our cultural programs were of really high quality. That was held in the arts library and that on the ground floor. And we remember our college unions used to arrange evening programs, cultural programs. The most popular guest, the performer, were 2 persons, Shomu Mitra and Devabrata Vishwas. They used to come and many renowned cultural experts have come. But I remember
আচ্ছা
Shomumitra reciting Madhu Bongshir Koli. What a delightful experience that was. I still remember Devbroto Vishwas singing Akash Bhara Surya Tara. And they used to come regularly and charge very nominal. So that many of them are good dependents for our college students. And quite frequently, at least once in 3 months, cultural programs are held, not confined to Shomumitra and Devbroto Vishwas. All
বলছি
other eminent
কটা বাজে
artists used to perform and at a much
একটা দশ
reduced or rather nominal charge.
হুম
Even our
ঠিক
own program, the second year college had a drama performance. Where second year that was performing arts library. We have a stage, just remove the etc. And then I remember still we may in the second
আচ্ছা
year performed Cowboy by Monopol. Have you read it? Monopol's Cowboy. Cowboy means Kobita, Kobi, plural number. That is here given. And that was great success. And college union used to have annual dramatical performance, which were held in New Empire, a very prestigious theatre hall at that time, in the morning of a Sunday. They had also a privilege of participating and contributing. So our cultural life of students was very satisfying. Most important was our debating society. Debating society. Debates were held when at the physics theatre hall at that time, when you had visitors, I mean mostly alumnus, past students, and the present students. Past students, I remember Hiren Mukherjee, Professor Hiren Mukherjee, Professor Amlan Dutta,
আরে বাবা
and all other very eminent educationists used to come, and outsiders also. Maybe one of them was Utpal Dutta.
আরে বাবা
He used to take part in debate. From student side, we had debaters. Amartya Sen, he was in the college studying in 1950, he was in there, 52. Pradeep Das and many other standard of students debater was also very high. And one or twice you will have a debate between past and the present. Like we have in the cricket, past and the present. All very delightful experiences. And Professor Hiren Mukherjee used to be there to listen to his English. His spoken English is superb. He used to speak English very fluently and excellent.
হ্যাঁ
One thing I must now here must say that in that time, the nascent year of independence, our love for English language had grown. If anybody could speak good English, his speech will be listened to, just to listen to the English. Substance is secondary. That was not perhaps a very good tendency or approach. But that was the way of life. It was in 1955 that I had to disconnect my student connection the college and the student, because that was my year of graduation. I I stayed back 1 year more. But one cannot fail deliberately. It is difficult to fail in exam. So 1955 graduate.
20 বছর আগে।
That was the life at that time. Life was simple. I don't think any student would come to college wearing even a wristwatch. We didn't have. We had very rich students. My classmate was Jagadish Goenka, he never came in a car. Entering the college gate and coming to the portico. Daughter of Sarbidya Mukherjee. Okay, but let them car far behind so that nobody noticed that they had come in a car. That was the way of life. In the standard, simple way of life. I remember to my sentimental that when I almost attained the age of 18 years, I wanted to get my driving license. But my father would allow me to get the driving license. He told me simply and sternly that I don't want you going to college driving your own car. I remember that was the way of life. I didn't regret it. That was the correct. A simple way of life. Now, the colleges, when college, now school or college begins in Calcutta, there's a traffic jam. When the college closes and the class ends, there's a terrible traffic jam because of huge number of cars carrying the students to their respective colleges or classes. Now just imagine, after 75th year of independence, the President of India coming is escorted by a single motorbike policeman and sitting in the podium and taking all the jokes given of his teammates about his school days. Dr. Rajendra Prasad spoke in Bengali, and his students, classmates were invited. They spoke about that how they used to tease Dr. Rajendra Prasad, how they used to steal their ghee and all these things, and something to say about his dicky also. But he took false dicky, very useful, nobody, and he talked to his students and gave us a lecture, mostly in Bengali, once and next time. Just think of, after 75 years of independence, can you imagine? Can we expect that Chief Minister of the state will accept the dicta that you will go down the stage, you will get off the stage and sit in the auditorium? I am narrating my life and experience of the student, which was span of the 5th year of independence up to 8th year of independence, 1955. Now, I've told you our lifestyle at that time. Do you think we have progressed in course of last 65 years, or we have regressed? Yes, our lifestyle has improved. We have more comfortable life. Everybody use car, fridge, freezer in the house, television in the house, air conditioner, geyser, etc. But that is standard of living. But what about quality of life? What about quality of air which you breathe now and which breathe, we used to breathe in the early part of our independence. Our quality of life improved in course of last in the 75th year of independence. There are two categories. Standard of living is something else. It
আচ্ছা
is,
আচ্ছা
if you use the expression,
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ তো কাছেই একদম
it is বহিরাবরণ,
সেইটাকে জমিয়ে সিনেমা দেখতাম, হ্যাঁ
not what you actually have and enjoy.
খেতাম
That is what is called quality of life.
কিছু কয়েকদিনের পয়সা
The quality of air you breathe.
খুশো চিংড়ির চপ খেতাম।
Anyway, that chapter was closed to the chapter closed.
তখন প্রমোদদার ক্যান্টিন বোধহয় ছিল না না?
I decided that I should go abroad for doing the bar.
ওই 8-এর দশক থেকে।
In 1956, that we decided at last.
চাকর ছিল
One anecdote
রায়বাবুর
I tell you,
ক্যান্টিনের, তারপরে
just to give you the impression of the social life in 1956. Naturally, in a family house, lot of local para neighbors used to come. I was standing in my gate, what we used to call Deuri. Gaur Kaka, one of the local neighbor.
চুলবাগানি
He asked me, is it correct that you are going to England for studies? I said, yes. What he said, that I cannot translate, I must tell you in Bengali. He said, पढ़ाई तो डिरेक्टर पढ़े गए थे। Why go back now? Everybody crossing the Black Sea, Kalamani পার হচ্ছে কেন? জীবিকা কেন? তা নয়। পাড়ার লোকে বলছে যে মিত্তিরদের, আমাদের মিত্র ফ্যামিলি, মিত্তিরদের এমনই আর্থিক দুরবস্থা হয়েছে যে বাড়ির ছেলেকে বাইরে পাঠাতে হচ্ছে অর্থকরী বিদ্যা শিক্ষার জন্য।
কি ছিল না, আমরা তো খুব
I understand. And this I remember, and I will remember till the end of my life. That reflects the social
এমনি
system at that time. May not be
সুইটে
good,
থাকেন,
এই
but in those days,
উল্টো দিকে বাড়ি
আচ্ছা
laziness, that well-off family people should not work for gain. They work for treasure only.
সত্যি তাই।
There has been change. I was the first man in my first person in my family to work for gain. And I'm happy to say all my cousins who are younger to me, they've all started work for gain thereafter. And none of my elder brothers or elder cousins. This was a lifestyle which has changed and changed for better, which I welcome. But not the other, in the inner self of life, what have been done. So I went to England, did my bar, and called to bar by society they can see through a judge, Justice Roxford. And the call night, I was elevated to the barrister's table, had my dinner along with the masters of the bench, had drinks with them, and what a delightful dinner it was. Lincoln's Inn was known for his stock of wine cellar, excellent wine cellar, and that all with compliments of the house. I came and then joined. I was enrolled to English bar, at called to English bar. Then I came back to India, and it was for me to become now be called to Indian bar, that is Calcutta bar. I was called to Calcutta Bar by a judge, Honorable Justice Bibi Mukherjee, who administered an oath to me in open court. At that time, the advocates wishing to practice on the original side of the High Court had to take an oath. And that oath was more or less similar to the oath which is administered to the judges. That system has continued after the advocate trial. Judges were appointed by the Chief Justice of the concerned High Court in consultation with other private judges and Advocate General or some senior members of the bar. And these recommendations will go to the Supreme Court endorsed without any further question, and central government no question automatically endorsed.
আমি
There is an evolution in the judicial system also. And now, by yesterday's news, the controversy is whether the central government will have a very strong foothold in the matter of appointment of judges. The Minister has written to the Chief Justice that we want a place in the collegium. So evolution, rather a revolutionary evolution has taken place in the judicial system, the justice delivery system. Judicial review of administrative orders are now being frowned upon. The three pillars of constitution:
32 মিনিট
legislature, executive, and judiciary. Who is supreme? They should be equally supreme. If the fight is started for supremacy among the three pillars of the constitution,
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
then the pillars will collide and constitution will collapse. There was no problem in those times. This is development which has taken place
মুরাদা ম্যাম
that
যাবে
the
মুরাদা ম্যাম যাবে
legislature can make law. But
অনেক কষ্ট
we
করে।
are the judiciary, we are supreme, we can declare a law to be invalid. Executive can do
জোর করে এনেছে।
something, we can view it and overthrow it. But nobody can overthrow a judgment of Supreme Court.
পড়ে গেছেন বলে হয়েছে না
Ultimate
কবে
supremacy
বাড়িতে
is it taken by judiciary? And whether people of India like it or not, the legislature elected by the people of India, judges are not. The legislature has to bow down to the guardianship of judiciary, who can strike down the piece of legislation on the ground it is not as per the constitution, violated of constitution. But the legislation what legislation can do? They can make another piece of legislation, taking away the basis of the judgment of the court, holding that our act was otherwise. So legislature has to re-establish its supremacy by making a legislation. This is a present controversy going on, and it is in course of evolution of judicial system. It's not for me to make a comment. It's for you to decide
হ্যাঁ
which will be more comfortable, which will be more appropriate for India at its present condition, economic, political, and other. But I feel whatever you do, whatever machinery you set up, whatever law you enact,
নাচ গানের কিছু আছে
মনে হয় না আছে ডান্স রিসাইটাল কিছু একটা আছে
who is manning the machinery, who are running the machinery,
কারণ
It
মোটামুটি
is
সব
the
কাজই হয়ে
human
গেছে,
beings
ওটা ম্যানুয়ালটাও রিলিজ হয়ে গেছে,
who implement.
সবই হয়ে
লেকচারও হয়ে গেছে। হ্যাঁ,
If they do it human in a rational and human manner, all right. If they don't, then another the matter will be reviewed by the court. The judges review humanly and with passion and sympathy, and then approve. But whatever law, whatever constitution you make, all depends upon the persons who are to carry it out to achieve the ultimate object and goal. I think I've bored you more than enough, and I must